Strange universe. On this journey, Tupac Shakur, shot dead by assassins in Las Vegas. Or was he?
Right after the death, cremated, no funeral, nobody got to see the body. These are all the questions that we ask. Why?
An incredible rumor sweeps through the country that Tupac survived, that he's out there, alive.
I think Tupac is wandering around somewhere.
And stranger still, this man controls the conspiracy pipeline.
I definitely think that Tupac was capable of faking his death.
The mystery deepens. Tupac lives. First, the phenomenal daily news magazine.
Welcome, I'm Emmett Miller. We have the mysteries and we have the conspiracies. There's the most controversial man in the world. You'll meet him. There's the fight over a vampire held captive in a restaurant. And then there's Tupac Shakur. Tupac, the rap artist, the rebel hero, cut down in a hail of bullets. Some say he lived and died by the sword. Others say he never died at all. It's the conspiracy theory of the moment, the mystery of Tupac Shakur. Special correspondent Allison Holloway shows why many believe Tupac lives.
It was a chance first meeting.
What are you doing here today?
I had to go to court for one of my drink cases out here.
I spotted Tupac Shakur standing in line outside the courthouse in downtown LA. It was September 1994. I was there covering the trial of O.J. Simpson.
I got the same lawyer.
What do you make of the whole O.J. thing?
Tupac Shakur was a walking contradiction. He was admittedly a gangster rapper. He'd been shot several times. He'd been in court on countless charges. He'd been jailed for a rape conviction. Yet Tupac Shakur was undoubtedly an artist. Though his rap songs told harsh stories of the gangster life, he also explored the more sensitive side of a young man torn. Tupac Shakur was a hero to many young people.
Thank you.
Our paths would cross again, like 18 months later in Las Vegas. Tupac Shakur was in town to celebrate.
Tupac, great car you've got.
Thank you.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah, we just did the theme song for Tyson to come out too. So Defo just did the song. I got the song coming out when Tyson come out.
Okay, all right. Security
Tyson gonna do it.
Have a good night.
Yeah, Tyson gonna do it.
Love the car. Look at that.
It all seemed a bit unreal. Then came September 7th, 1996. This is the reality, as brutal as the lyrics he unleashed on the world. Tupac Shakur had attended a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas. He was sitting in the passenger seat of a BMW at the corner of Flamingo Road when he was ambushed by 4 gunmen in a white Cadillac. Tupac was rushed to the nearby University Medical Center. He remained in grave condition for 6 days. On Friday, September 13th, doctors announced he died of his wounds. He was cremated the next day. Tupac Shakur was 25 years old. In any other case, that will be the end of the story, but not for Tupac Shakur.
I feel that he's still alive.
I think Tupac Shakur is still alive.
I think Tupac is wandering around somewhere.
Check this out.
Living fast, dying young. It's no small wonder that his fans will keep his memory alive, or that some would like to imagine that, like Elvis, he never died at all. What's strange and even disturbing is that there is a true movement throughout the country insisting that Tupac Shakur faked his death and is alive and well.
He was going to go in jail, and so in order to escape that, he just decided to kill himself.
I still feel he's alive. He's somewhere in Mexico. He's somewhere with his mother. His mother hit him somewhere, but the legend is not dead. You know what I'm saying?
Strange enough. But as these stories will, this takes another turn when you discover the clearinghouse for the rumors, the instrument for spreading them. as unlikely as can be. This fresh-faced young man, John Baston, in front of a computer terminal at the University of Arizona. He is living proof of the extent of Tupac's audience. A fan for years, he runs a website dedicated to his hero.
I've heard several theories that he may be in the witness relocation program, that the FBI faked everything for him so that he could testify against death row. That's kind of off the wall.
The conspiracy theories may seem outlandish, but they do have a basis, and they seem on the surface to be far more intriguing than the old Paul is dead rumors. They begin with the circumstances of the shooting.
Tupac's entourage, the bodyguards, none of them were armed, none of them followed the Cadillac, nobody did anything, and Tupac wasn't wearing his bulletproof vest that night.
No pictures of Tupac in the hospital were ever released. There was no autopsy conducted before his cremation. Donald Gettor of the rap group Donald and Dream sees that as a sign.
As far as right after the death, cremated, you know, no funeral, nobody got to see the body. These are all the questions that we ask. Why?
Donald's partner, Dream, points to the music video released within days of Tupac's death, one in which Tupac is shot and goes to heaven.
I ain't mad at you. It's like, okay, he's talking to his homeboy. They want to get out the game. And then, boom, they was trying to shoot his homeboy, but Tupac pushed him out of the way, and he took the bullet. Okay, check it. Suge Knight got a lot of enemies. Imagine Tupac pushing Suge Knight out of the way and taking all the bullets that was meant for Suge Knight. You know, it's like, come on, man, I got common sense. Something ain't right here.
The cancelled funeral, the odd lack of an autopsy, the fear of reprisal. Yet things get even stranger from there. Tupac Shakur had a new album ready for release at the time of his death. It came out a few weeks later. Not under his own name, but under the name of Machiavelli. The significance of the name, the spelling, and the clues within might be enough to make even the most skeptical think that perhaps, if only perhaps, Tupac is alive.
What's up, Tupac? What's up? How you doing, man? Chilling, huh?
The clues he left behind, and the people who say Tupac may be watching us right now and smiling when Strange Universe continues.
A lot of people email me about how Machiavelli, Tupac spells it M-A-K-A-V-E-L-I, and that can be arranged to spell M alive.
Tupac Shakur died of gunshot wounds on September 13th, 1996, or so we thought, because a spreading theory says that Tupac lives and left clues behind. Allison Holloway, special correspondent, picks up the story.
It's Tupac, man. Go with him. Say hi to him.
Tupac? I'm Allison Holloway.
In my acquaintance with Tupac Shakur, there was always the resignation that this young man was living too close to a dangerous edge. The premonitions seemed to come true when his luck ran out in September 1996. Then again, when word began to spread through the internet and on the streets that the murdered rapper was actually alive, those of us who knew him could not help a wry smile. That was Tupac. And now we turn to the other clues that fans across the globe are following in their theory that Tupac may indeed be watching tonight. This is the album released after his death, Tupac crucified on the cover. Yet the album is attributed to someone named Machiavelli.
People email me about how Machiavelli, Tupac spells it M-A-K-A-V-E-L-I, and that can be arranged to spell M alive. And people really think that's more than just coincidental.
The coincidence is taken a step farther. Conspiracy theories point out numerological coincidences, all centering on the number 7. Numerologist Sir Martin reveals its significance.
Number 7 is the number of
perfection, closure, completion. It's also a number of alienation, isolation, hibernation, and he fought that.
The 7 theories, I mean, the time of his death was 403, it adds up to 7. His age, 25, added up to 7.
Well, I'm looking at Machiavelli, the year 2000, Tupac Shakur. It's a coincidence, or is it really real? You know, that's what I'm thinking about.
There are those who do not believe in coincidence. Steve Ivory is a music journalist who knew Tupac and who hopes he rests in peace.
I think that, you know, for the obvious reasons, he called the album Machiavelli because while he was incarcerated, he embraced some of the writings of the Italian philosopher and probably liked the idea of being able to disappear from one's enemies the way that Machiavelli did, which was to, you know, fake his own death, or the idea of faking his own death. But I don't know how seriously he took that.
John Bastin agrees with him to a degree.
Actually, I definitely think that Tupac was capable of faking his death. I mean, Suge and Tupac and the whole death row organization, I really think that they did have the power and the money to do it. So, I mean, I think that is a definite possibility. Although I don't support it, I think it is a definite possibility.
There have, however, been reports of Tupac sightings from around the world. Most say his mother, a former Black Panther, had him spirited off to Cuba. 500 people allegedly saw him there.
He has fans in all corners of the globe, so it would be really difficult for him to hide anywhere. But if he was going to, I would think it would have to be on maybe some remote island or I mean, the Caribbean, somewhere in South America. I mean, someplace very remote where people couldn't spot him and have the sightings reported back to the U.S.
Perhaps all of this is wishful thinking, born of the tragedy of a young man cut down in his prime, at a crossroads in his life, when his artistry was just beginning to blossom. But thanks to the internet, thanks to the age of conspiracy theories in which we live, any rumor can quickly become common knowledge. Then again, who knows?
There are people who were there at Tupac's deathbed, among them his mother and the Reverend Jesse Jackson.